Morning, guys. Here we are.
What am I looking at?
Oh, sometimes it takes a second.
Premier Draft Strixhaven. Go! Fuck, is Rutha just better than Scam Dragon? So what's that win rate on him? Is this a rate, by the way? It is. So it's like a 60% win rate. A little bit under with Scam Dragon. And what is the rare? It's uncommon. It's Rutha. Rutha is super high. Higher than that dragon. Wow. Rutha is not such a great card to have in your opening hand. I think it's still fucking dragon on pick one. Professor's super good too. We'll see. We'll see. Just clearly absent again, pick two. So there, Professor followed up by like Orator closing statement would have been super good. Yeah. Dragon Scam, how can I do it myself? Because you have to still interpret that data, right? Like it's not just like you draw this card, you win the game. It's in part the context of the deck, in part a number of other things that go along with that, right? And the thought on this is I can play this in a number of different archetypes. Like I can play this in any of the big control decks by just adding a swamp, any of the ramp decks, any of the black-green stuff. The professor is pretty good, but commits me to essentially white beatdown, which is Boros or Orzhov, which are fine. Or I'm pretty happy to see an Arch follow up here, better than Pilgrim, better than anything else here. Or the Rutha. The Rutha is hit or miss for me. Rutha's super, super powerful if you can get cheap red removal, but cheap red removal is hard to come by, and red isn't super great versus the fractals. I don't know. I looked at that and thought, I'm not sure where to go with that. Here, a Quandrix Mage is pretty exciting. I'm not sure that I can just take it just because it's the highest win rate of those cards in isolation. Like I get to adapt the deck to it a little bit. So here, like I'm already feeling like I'm like 5-color good stuff with some cheap stuff early and then try to get these in later. So we'll see. Does first pick ever commit you to anything? I mean, your general rule of thumb is, which we did the exact opposite of, is commit to 1 color instead of 2 if you can for your first pick. Pick lower cost cards as opposed to higher cost cards. But again, these are all heuristics and there's all interpretation with this. So I don't know. This card seemed to actually be quite powerful if I could resolve it on a board and untap. Yeah. And something like these are all like super powerful cards, right? 4 cards in our deck, happy with all 4 of them. Here's interesting. Because with the Apprentice, I'm most likely to want to be like 5-color good stuff. Witherbloom, Pledge Mage is fine here. The Pilgrim's a little interesting if I'm like Abzan splashing. There's no cheap learn in this pack and there's no good, I mean, Expanded Anatomy is fine, but it's not good here. So it's between Pilgrim and Pledge Mage here. Grab that Pilgrim. I don't know, man. I guess this plays in both of them. I'm not sure yet. Second Apprentice is crazy. I think I'd take Second Apprentice over Curve. We're not looking like a Curve deck. We're looking like a 5-color good stuff. And having just the ramp for our later stuff seems amazing. Cultivate versus Environmental Sciences. That's a fucking scam. Ouch. Cultivate is incredibly good, especially with double 2-drops that are impactful. Environmental Sciences lets us play these cards. We don't have to play Closing Statement yet. Can I be super greedy and grab the Cultivate? I don't know, but I'm going to. Third Apprentice. Okay. Cultivate doesn't need Learn, but the thing about Environmental Sciences that you're all missing with a comment like that is, yeah, if I have Cultivate and 3 mana, Cultivate's better than Environmental Sciences, but I have to draw Cultivate. I don't have to draw Environmental Sciences. I just have to draw any Learn card for Environmental Sciences. Do you see the difference? how one is much more powerful than the other. I'm picking Cultivate here because it's fixing and ramping, which seems super relevant, and it's a spell on 3 after double what I had double Pledge Mages. But it's not as clean as Cultivate's effect is better than Environmental Sciences, because again, you don't want to top deck a Cultivate or an Environmental Sciences late in the game, and you don't want to be, when you're stuck, forced to wait on this card to come to your hand for fixing. So anyway, take the introduction here. We're trying to be green, blue, splashing other colors. Actually, this card fixes for both of our, it doesn't fit for black and white though, does it? I don't think I want this card, but I don't want the other cards for sure. Yeah. Feels like Veil is actually very good with our deck, with triple Apprentice and a card we'd like to protect. So I'm happy to see that. We need cheap spells to go with our Apprentices. Currently we don't have that many. We've got Veil, a Denial on their turn, a Cultivate, a Mage Duel. Okay. How do we do mana here? Hall is nice for fixing. It's expensive, but it does fix. Where it's just so much worse without any learn though. Like it's so many things we can't do. Like so many spell triggers we lose. Silver Coal Campus is good in this deck. It doesn't help us cast Closing Statement perfectly, but it does help us not be dead draws on this being a plains. Witherbloom Campus is very good here. The Snarl is very good here. It's definitely a 17 land deck. How many blue sources is this? 6 blue. Can I play Archway Commons? I have so many 2-drops I'd like to play. It's pretty painful to have Archway Commons in our opening hand. It's pretty painful to draw it later too. Worst part way is Archway is one of my least favorite learn cards. It's one of, I love this card. It's super powerful, but using it to learn is expensive as fuck. And you lose a very good creature on the board. I think I need more than 3 black. I think you need to learn to count. I have 6 black sources, 7 black sources in that deck right now. Just a matter of figuring out the rest of that. Do I need the 1 plains? Yes. Might even be cut a black source, I'm not sure yet. That's 7. So I gotta up my consistency of blue-green early. So this is 7/7, 8/8 with letters. I feel like it's, man, double black is tough is all. We do need double black in this deck. Need double green on 4, double black on 4, or black white, which is pretty hard for us too. So like our removal is all mana conditional. Oh. I wonder if we took what's her face too highly. Lissette. Learn would have really helped this deck. I feel like we have to consistently have blue-green early. All of our fixing, all of our creatures are blue-green. So I think this means I cut a swamp and add a forest. This is 5 black, 6 black sources for double black is going to be tricky. We're often going to have to tutor swamp, which is going to suck for planes. We'll see. Play sciences with no learn, says the guy who keeps giving me shouted directions and thus far has been wrong on each of them. Will I play that? When you add a card to your deck, you need to remove a card from your deck. I don't see cards I wish to cut from this deck for sciences. The weakest card in the deck is probably the Amplimancer. And it seems fine with a shit ton of lands. Alright. We'll play it. Wish we had one of our Quandrix Apprentices in opening hand to go with this. We got a 2-drop into a 3-drop. Seems good. I think I prefer Arch on this board to Amplimancer, but maybe I'm okay with Amplimancer getting removed, and I'd rather keep the Arch around till I have mana to sack it for Learn at least. It's Teamer! Hey Teamer! Alright. I don't have to cultivate this turn. It's got elemental summoning, huh? So is 5 mana better for me? Closer to Leyline, I can do it next turn as well. It's awkward to draw this on 3, it's so much worse. Like I can also next turn with 4. Dude, I still think it's the Apprentice. Okay. Just wish that had been on turn 2. It would be a much better turn 3 play. Now I like take off a land for 2 turns running. Now it's Drake and Mage Duel instead. That's okay. Am I missing green source right now? I am. Dude, it's so clunky right now with this mana. Second black, I guess. All right. Still missing a green source. I want to hold up Decisive Denial. I do have second blue source. Okay. All right. A lot of open mana over there, huh? All right. Zalo. You playing did you ask about it? Can't do DD. Hmm. Five, 6, 7, 8. Swamp first so I can hold up counter. Take the haul. Okay. Sack Arch. Can deny some removal. Can fight in response to removal with some other removal. Electrolyze. All right. Am I playing a campaign? I'm not. I'm considering trying to start. I would like to start one again. I just don't know realistically what that looks like. I'm not close. I was just curious, though. I just got jealous, so. Or excited on your behalf, perhaps. So I'd like to, I'm going to pre-combat Decisive or Mage Duel the 4-4, 3-4. 4-4, I guess. So I think Barry here, but we'll see. Yep, and now I can counter Barry. Since it's pre-combat. Okay. And then I can place the counter there and attack. For 10, feels fucking great. All right, let's run this out. Call it a turn. Not a bad draw here at all. Happy to run it out. Like to gain a life. I'd like to trigger. This is now a 10-10 trampler. Seems like a good enough attack. Oh, you don't want to play in the game anymore? I'm sorry, buddy. All right. Well, that's kind of a bomb. It's the first time we played her. Tough keep, man. We need to draw land immediately. Going second, getting aggroed, it looks like. It's kind of a bummer. I was hoping for a slower start from opponent. Okay. Never punished? I mean, this is a pretty punish right now. We're a million miles away from casting any card in our hand again. What we actually need to draw now is a 2-drop. I can't cast that spell this turn, because I'm 1 green source off. Which is brutal. Hand did nothing. We're going second, so we often draw a source that isn't blue, and drawing a non-blue source is super good for this hand. We have a fuck ton of 2-drops. We're getting currently punished, but it doesn't always punish us. So unfortunately here I'm missing black mana, so this is going to get an accelerated spell off and probably lose us the game here. Kind of sucks. We needed 3 land drops to do anything. This card provides colored sources at a +1 cost is all. So we didn't need 3 land drops to do anything, but we did need something for sure. Alright, so we're going to be casting this with 3. We can mage duel off this, right? This comes in tapped, so we can't. Black, green. Oh shit, we're 1 mana off again, mage duel. Fuck. So my options are remove the 3/4, or pledge mage nothing. Can't pledge mage in anything because I don't have another green source, right? Okay. All right. Die into the 2/2s. Okay. Too bad I don't have 1 more green or black source here. Oh, I can't. I'm thinking I'm going to discount this, but it doesn't discount this turn. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I'm the whole time thinking I'm going to fucking pledge mage plus duel here. So this is just removed then. So we're going to 1. 1 is not a position I want to be in versus a red deck. So it's, I mean, the problem is I'm still dead to a pump spell. So if I play Pledge Mage here, some of the time he bounces my Pledge Mage and I counter it. So I think it's actually just this. And pass, which sucks. Because I think I'm protected by removal for the Veil, but I'm just dead to a pump spell still, unfortunately. This is just discounted berry. Makes sense. Good. Okay. Give me a life point. Don't like this pause. Get in for my block. Still dead to shock, by the way. Okay. Close, 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 close. Another turn to untap is more healing, double spells that turn for sure. So going back up to 4, we probably get out of there some of the time. Funky start. Feels bad. Be nice if these apprentices showed up. Maybe it shouldn't have been a keep, but 2 lands on the draw. Most common source is green. Black mana is a good draw for us. Green mana is a good draw for us. Drew a blue followed by cultivate. It's kind of rough. I don't know. There's a pretty big cost to mulliganing in limited. Archway opening hand. It's nice. Hopefully some green mana. Fingers crossed. Going first. Hall of Oracles again is a little rough. Okay. Congratulations, Dr. Blue. Never didn't have it, chat. One off, being to cast or Eureka. Question is, do I need a land source here? Like I need total land sources. Do I sack this for a thing? Nope, that's good. Okay. Blue, blue, black. I've seen Dimir kill things. I get my second dose tomorrow. Yeah, they're nice islands. Debating discarding their only land is my understanding of this, but they have too many cards. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Their Mage Hunter's Onslaught's not super good here. Getting our lands are. Opponent's discarding, but I'm taking my sweet ass fucking time to do anything. My whole hand is reactive. Anything on our sideboard that matters for our Witherbloom? I don't feel like there is. First time we're potentially learning here. It's funny. Okay. Do I even want to bury this? I can. Don't really want to give him the mana fixing, honestly. Where were you? Just hiding. Green mana. Green, black, blue, blue. Could be all sorts of things. Could have the green, black removal spell based on healing. That's a card that would absolutely be splashed in that deck. It's an uncommon. Often missing Mage Hunters because you don't have double black. Can't bury right away. I think some of the time this card dies, but I don't have protection in my hand, so it's not like waiting a turn helps. It's just a matter of would I rather this card or something else, and it looks like I'd rather this card. They want green because it's their colors. Doesn't look like looks like they're maybe splashing that black land. So we'll see. Could be the black hate card. Did have the Mortality Spear. It's kind of a bummer. But my plays don't change any of that, right? So another land here is not really what I was hoping for. All right. Not exiled, so we can get it back later. They're slowly digging out. Our hand is very flooded, and we're quite reactive. But Barry's going to be super good versus them. They're clearly one of the fractal control-y decks. Question is it worth it to dig out something out of my sideboard? I don't have a threat in the sideboard. I just have a spell, and I'm not sure a spell is good enough. I think this is just a scry. It's so not exciting. All right, I guess we'll take it. If I had Veil, we would have waited a turn on this card, but without Veil, it's just super hard to wait. I'll take their turn, make them redraw their Drake, blank their spell, it all seems good. I can't use this, right? No, okay. Here our Mage Duel is actually not terrible. Spell triggers, get in. 9. One black mana open, could be Lash. I'll take 1 damage to play around Lash. I think I'd rather scry than deal 6 here. +3 damage or scry. I think I prefer scry. Okay. No, I couldn't have added a counter. I talked about it during the turn. Professor of Zoomancy holding up blue-green. Blue-green is actually super fucking scary here. It represents holding a counterspell. I'm fine with the counterspell. What I'm not fine with is remove like the Test of Talents counterspell. Could be the fight spell as well, I guess. That's a really good one right now. Take that. So it is the fight. But if I just double here, I don't give a fuck, right? I lose the counter. Shouldn't he have fought that one? So I take 4, but I'm at 6. I can still attack with it too. Not playing the land cost me here. That's what I'm asking. I can just fucking pump it. I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure out why I wouldn't want to. It's tapping out, which is a bit of an issue. But I think I'm fucking fine with that. This one. I think I'm happy to swing with just these two. Happy with the board state. I think Veil here is nice. Blanks the learn. Doesn't make me waste my counter. That'd be nice, Glumin. Be very nice. I am going to kill that, but I'm probably going to Mage Hunter it, I think. Maybe I don't. Maybe this card is good enough for whatever they play. I'm not expecting a big counter to be relevant. I just hate that it triggers on their turn. Maybe I do it on my turn. Oops, wrong one. Meant to put that in the 1/1. Could leave this still. So I want to bait the scry. 3, 7. Do I care about another 5/5 on this board? Starting to wonder what this double black is for. It could just be for mage hunters, but it also could be that fucking rare sweeper. Board state is starting to be pretty good. I've got an answer to a big thing. I kind of like just passing here. Double pump and lethal. I don't have trample on this card, chat. And I don't have the mana to remove both, I don't think. Maybe I could have done it on the previous turn, looking at it tapped out. Have to look again. I do sometimes run into the fact where I'm still concentrating on beating them and not realizing that I have the win available. I'm trying to work through their resources. That happens to me a lot. So there might have been a turn there where it's just missed again. It's a good one. Okay. All right. So here we're always killing Lissette. We'll start with the sorcery speed. All right, it's 5 and 5, so I'm 1 off, being able to pump to pump and do this. So is this just another swing? Might just be another swing here. Could swing all. We're gonna get that trade, but I don't know if I care about that trade. Five to scry. I don't need that. Still, I think I want this in a scry. I don't want that pledge mage. Okay. Forgot to put my token, but okay. I missed 1 damage doing this. Sucks. Okay. Think I'm fine with the board state. Plenty of resources. Got a scry coming up. Okay. Closing statement costs 5, guys. It costs 5 unless I do it on an end step. If I was on an end step, I can't pump because I don't have the mana to do that. If I don't remove the fucking the Death Toucher, then the Death Toucher is going to always trade with this guy and it doesn't trample. If I don't remove Lissette, then I guess I can maybe force the trade with the Implemencer. But I'm okay with not doing that too. So, and we got tons of resources. We have Scry. The board looks good. We're playing around stuff that beats us now. Oh, an earlier turn? Okay. Sure. Let's Scry first, I guess. Well, we know what the rest of our deck is, so I guess I Scry after because I would like the thing. That's fine. Yeah. All right. I mean, we can look, if you have a particular turn, we can perhaps talk about that. We'll see. Don't really want to cultivate this turn either. I don't really want to letter either, though. At least play cultivate. Put all these on the bottom. Don't want to put all those on the bottom. Cultivate's a spell. All right. Spell makes this a 3. It's fine, I guess. Got tons of value still. Now we know his last card's not a sweeper. We can be a bit more aggressive with slamming shit onto the board, which seems reasonable too. He has no scries, he's just top decking. Board state looks really good. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've missed lethal. It's entirely possible I have, but I don't think so. Alright, so they top deck the best card they can probably hope for, which is a removal there, and it's still not good enough. Alright, they had a really clunky game. We had a slow game, but we had a pretty powerful, just like... It felt like we had a lot of inevitability with what we were doing. There might have been a tempo kill there I missed somewhere, like end step, removing something, main step, doing something. There might have been one of those. I sometimes do miss those. Turn they played Dean. We might have been able to make him chump the Implemencer. That might have worked too. If we had removed the Death Toucher instead and swung, that might have worked. Then paid the Implemencer cost to make him chump with the Dean. Probably saved us a removal. There might have been a better play. There was an end step fight, main step, Mage Hunter, and pump spell. Yeah, that might have done it too. I had removal for both blockers. You keep saying that. I hope you understand that cards cost mana. So, yes, there's the turn where they played the Dean and they have the Death Toucher on the board. None of my creatures have trample. If I don't end step something, if I end step something, maybe I can do it. I'm not sure if I had something I could play on the end step or not. I'm not sure if we got a closing statement. But on my main phase, when I untap with the mana I have plus closing statement plus Mage Hunters, I'm almost certain I cannot pump the Implemencer, cast both spells. I think that's 14 lands. I think I was on 13, but I'm not sure. I understand that closing statement costs 3, but it costs 3 on end steps, right? It doesn't cost 3 on my main phase, unfortunately. So I may have missed an end step one if I had open mana for it. I don't remember. Which might have been good enough. And again, I think I could have done the removal differently. I could have removed the 1/1. Anyway, we're going second. Got a good hand. We're short black mana, so these cards are a little tricky, but double apprentices are nice to start with. We'll see. You only needed 10. This was before closing statement. What did I do? Top deck closing statement then? What was my end step removal then? If you think I have main step, if you think I have end step removal. I mean, you can grab the thing. It's very possible you're right, but like I keep answering the same question, so. It was a fight into it. Decisive denial fight. When did we use denial that game? We used it to fight what? Second Mage Hunter is a super bad draw here. Dude, always 2-drop fucking symbology. Like, I'm jelly as fuck when I see that. I gotta get swamps or we're gonna lose. I don't have a spell to trigger for this. Considering taking a turn off to protect this, I guess. Mean step denial, decisive denial to kill the Dean. I see. So could have done it as a end step. Could I have? What did I kill it with? My pledge mage? I didn't have a pledge mage. What did I kill it with? What was the creature I used? Inevitably we'll top deck a castable spell here. My 17 lands is not public. You can just clip it, or give me a timestamp on the VOD. I can walk from there too. There's probably a play there. I don't know which one you're talking about specifically. Island again. Annoying. Dude, our whole hand being dead here is so rough. You know, 80% stripping 2 castable spells feels fucking bad. Oh. Never blocks here, right? Maybe sometimes he blocks. Am I going to take the damage? I feel like he just never blocks here. And I guess a 4/4 can still block. Lash was of course a blowout there, but we're desperate. He's got Lash? Really? Jesus. Okay. We need black sources so badly. He had Lash. I mean, I guess it's the Professor's one instead. Another island is so rough. So here it's a little ugly because if it's Professors, which it is, it's now indestructible and +1/+1. Which means it just dies. But like my top deck is Swamp or Plains to be okay. I don't think I can. I think I have to just take this damage. It's fucking awful. I don't want to take 7 damage to the face right now. I guess 6 damage. Plains is okay here too, right? Not as good as Swamp, but still okay. Going the Professor. The Professor is going to get indestructible, so we want to do it on his turn. We already hit our land drop. Do we care? And it doesn't tap it. Do we care then? Actually, we want to do it on our turn. So it's going to get blocked. There's nothing I can do about that. And I need this as a black source, so I guess I don't think I can think of, I mean, I guess there's Mana Tithe. I guess I'd play it on end step because why not? Can we not respond to their warning? We can, but they're not forced to warning, right? You want me to do it in their turn? Maybe. So the upside of my play is although this creature survives, I get to block. If I do it on their turn and I'm blocking and then removing, I what? I don't know if it's better. It's an interesting question now. This is a weird attack. I'm going to block it. I guess it's Beaming Defiance and trade. I'm not sure. I wonder, was it just better to do on their turn? I'm playing around the trigger here to give them 1 less power But maybe it doesn't matter. So I could tutor. Okay, let's take a look. 4, 5, 6, 7 this turn. So I can cast both of these, but if I cast both of these, I can't use the counter. I don't know if the counter matters. I can't use the counter anyways. Okay, so it's irrelevant. So I can look first in case I hit, but Black Source doesn't get me there either. All right. So I think it's just cultivate, bring swamp to hand. Does that even work? I have to convert the mana source. I can't cast both at all. Rip. Never mind. All right. Well, we'll do the least exciting play. So clunky. The drawing both our double black removal spells. He's got another warning. What a brick. What a prick. Last card warning still has mana for Pilgrim. Okay. Still dying then. Auto tapper being auto tapper. Into a top deck defend the campus for one-off lethal. Come on, man. And still gets the mana to play the Pilgrim. I'm fucked now. There's no way like from here. Like how do I, it's got to be like Pledge Mage. Denial doesn't get me anywhere, so we die. We die to double 1 mana tricks for protection into a top deck. I really wonder about that play. So I now want to review 2 plays. Because this shit doesn't get me anywhere. I have no learn. What a game. What a gamer. Yeah. What a gamer. For sure. All right, let's review 2 plays then. Because there's 2 plays that we need to review. And certainly I make plenty of mistakes. So it's not like we're not expecting there to be some mistakes. But let's go take a look. Okay here too, right? All right, so it's this turn. This is the turn to decide here. Thanks, Dron. I'll find that one. I'll use that as a clip after. That's actually super helpful for us. Grab that in a second. They play. I'm not expecting a big counter to be relevant. All right, so let's look at this one first. So 3 options. I can main phase this. There's no power. I have to use the Hall of Oracles as a fixer here, unfortunately. So Hall of Oracles is never a thing. I can main phase this. There's no real advantage to main phasing it. I can end step it. I discount represent having value in my hand that I can maybe cast with my blue or green mana. Not that our opponent has ever respected anything in our hand, which to be fair, we haven't shown that we can do anything with our hand for this entire game, so that's fine too. So what then from here? If we know he has that combat trick, we actually know he has 2, but in our mind he only has 1. So what's actually interestingly, closing statement, after blocking closing statement with 2 of those tricks blows us the fuck up, by the way. But let's just pretend he only has the 1 because we only have the information for 1. So, and if it's not safer. So do we get a better outcome than having a 5/5? The thought of having a 5/5, he doesn't know about closing statement. So the 5/5 is actually useful here. So if we, for example, he swings all, which is always going to do here, and we block the apprentice, I guess. And we block the apprentice. He black mana makes his guy indestructible. I guess he would combat Professor here on the apprentice, or maybe just Pilgrim. Maybe he doesn't even attack apprentice. I'm not sure which of those happens. I guess if I block the smaller of the 2, but I probably wouldn't. I don't think I'm blocking the Pilgrim here, so I'm probably blocking apprentice, even if it's a 3/2. So it's a 3/2 versus my 4/4 because I know my 4/4 is going to go to a 5/5. So he casts Indestructible, making his creature have 4 power and killing my guy. I closing statement in response, making my guy a 5/5. He Indestructibles again, making his guy, we're fucked. But if he doesn't Indestructible again, then what? I get his creature and I get his trick and I reduce the board by 1. It's probably better. It's probably better. It's not like I'm doing anything else. I don't think the bluff is super valuable. Does it change how he attacks? Not really. Anyway, okay. So that's probably a mistake. Or probably we can do it better. Let's take a look at the other one. All right, what's the other one here? So the other one is here. Is this the end state? Oh, nice timing on that clip, dude. That's awesome. All right, so this is his end board state here. We had decisive denial. What do you guys think I'm fighting here? Oh, the 2-2. So I could denial his 2-2. End step. I chose to wait for the Oracle, but here it makes total sense. Yep, because then I have clean board, and I have 4 off Mage Hunter's Onslaught, or 4 mana to kill the 1/1. And then he's tapped out, so we don't have to worry about any other plays. This is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 11 mana guaranteed here. Probably 12, but maybe 11. So with 11 mana here, we untap, we have 9. It's 5 to pump, 4 to remove. Yep, that one's very clear. From this position, it's very clear. And this, well, is it 13 damage? Oh, hold on. This is a tap land. Let's just work that out again. So that dies, tapped out. We don't get to scry. We don't get to use the Hall of Oracles. So our turn, we're untapping. We're spending 4 of our, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 untapped land. Probably 12, but 11 for now. We can miss. So with 11 here, it's 4 to remove. We can pump this once. That's 9 of 11. This is then 8 damage, 10, 11. 12 with the counter. Where's my last point of damage, chat? Oh, the counter doubles. So it goes up twice. Okay. Yeah. Counter the Implementor. Yep, that would get there. That would be exact these.